Hi there, welcome to a new edition of the unimaginatively titled comic vlog. This is like a part 2 of a comic page colouring tutorial. If you're interested in comic tutorials and colouring and drawing and an artist's life, then don't forget to share, follow, like and subscribe, and rock the bell for notifications. Okay, so last video I made an ambient occlusion pass on this, and what I've done is I've grouped them all together and I've set that group to be multiply. What you can see here is a piece of reference. This is another page that's flatted, and Krita has this option to have reference images embedded in a page. They don't take up any space, they don't occupy a layer, they're just there, and you can sample them as you would any other layer. They don't impact the file size. So I've sampled the dark grey of the agent's polo neck, and I'm actually just selecting the whole agent now using the polygonal lasso tool, sort of going roughly about halfway through the outside outlines of the character, and then I hit the paint tool, the paint bucket tool, and fill it in, and that essentially says this part is all going to be our secret agent guy. And I'm going through now and I'm selecting the areas that are going to be flesh, so the head, including the hair, the hands, that sort of thing. Yeah, and I'm being a bit loosey-goosey at the top or at the edges, because I don't need to worry about filling at this point. I don't need to worry about the fill running over. It'll just update those pixels, as you can see here. Right, so what's next? Well, next it's going to be the hair colour. So I'm just selecting the hair here. Just a little FYI, this video has been sped up 4 times. So this video is about 12 minutes long. There was about 45 minutes of footage originally. So to help you guys out, I've sped it up a bit to reduce the tedium. Yeah, I had hit a problem with my paint tool, which was just an option in the paint in the fill tool, which I've changed, and there you go, it's fine now. Yeah, so I've selected the blue for this guy's sort of overcoat, and I'm going through making selections for everything for this cat, this character, this cat, this crazy dude. Yeah, he's like the handler. You know, in spy films, there's always like a contact who tells them what to do, gives them their missions, tells them that they've gone in too deep. You know, and in this case, this character is based on it's based a bit on Michael Caine, Harry Palmer. It's based on a lot of the John le Carré Smiley characters. Yeah, Smiley by John le Carré, and I believe he's played by, if memory serves, Alec Guinness. And also a big chunk of a character called George Cowley from a really cool 1970s British action show called The Professionals, which I absolutely love. They rerun it ever so often on various channels here in the UK, and I love watching it. It's great. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just making the selection for this chap, his coat. I'm going to fill that in, and then as before we'll get the hair done, the head, you know, the face, that sort of thing. I'll get the hand in here. Yeah, there we go. Hand in as well. This is a 4-page story. I might have mentioned this is a 4-page story for an anthology. The submission date for it is July, and this is page 3 of 4. But recent events dictate that I've actually had to put this on the back burner for a week. There's a couple of anthologies that have sprung up all of a sudden, mainly to do with raising funds for COVID-19 related funds and charities. The call has gone out for various anthologies, and I've got 2 on the go. One's due in 8 days, and one's due in about 16 days. So I'm against it a little bit, but I'm going to try and submit to both, get them both done. One's a 2-page story, which I started inking last night. So I'll probably have that finished today, and the colours on that will be done probably by the end of the week, which is the one that's due in 8 days, so that'll be ready in advance. And then finally there's the other one, which is a 4-page story, so that's 8th of May for that one. That's a bit longer. We're almost ready to ink that as well. So I've been trying to work in batches, but it's tricky to work in batches when you have duplicate or very close deadlines. But working in batches, dead useful. So yeah, this is it now. We're just filling his shirt in here. Fill the shirt in. There's no real backgrounds on this page. It was a cost-cutting exercise, and also we'd already established the location on page 2, and actually on page 1 there's lots of environmental drawings. So I'm just using the colour of the walls to hint at the environment. I mean, if I had longer on these projects, I would definitely want to have lots more environment, lots more knickknacks and bits and bobs, but the nature of anthology submissions seems to be that they are relatively quick, short projects. Invariably, you don't hear about them until there's only a couple of weeks left, and it's tricky when you're juggling a bunch of other things, but if it wasn't tricky, it wouldn't be fun, right? So I think I'm just looking at the glasses here. I'm just going to fill this in with a slightly transparent white, just to lighten that bit up and give a hint that there's actually some glass in those lenses. As you see, I've highlighted some highlights in there, put some airbrush highlights in as well. Then I'll just make a selection around the frames to sort of mask that highlight off, so it's not going over the frames. It's not bad. So I think we're getting back onto this file now. So this file has lots of other quote-unquote operatives that have been sort of removed. You know, it's like every film where some action hero has been sort of lured out of retirement by an old army officer. It's the same with the start of Commando and The Fifth Element. You know, why do you want me? Well, you're the best person in your unit, and out of all the people in your unit, you're the only person still alive. So ipso facto, you've got the job. You know. So here's like a page of agents that have sort of brought it in the field. I'm going to be putting some red X's over them to sort of indicate that they've been, eliminated. So it's going to be fun. If it's any help, I'm using this on a laptop, and the laptop has a tablet, graphics tablet on there, which is a Wacom. I think remember it's an Intuos. It's a really old piece of kit. It works fine. Pressure sensitivity works. And this is in Linux, which is surprising. It didn't cost me a lot because I bought it second hand off an old co-worker. So yeah, I think it looks like I'm filling the ceiling in here. So I'm sorting out the trousers. So get that sandy colour trousers that he's wearing, and yeah, I'll just tidy up the page, make sure it's the right size. What you can see there, those are my pencils. So my pencils and inks are separate drawings. I tend to like box my inks because if I make a mistake on my inks, I don't want to start again. So yeah, just make sure I got a snap on. Now that's done, let's make up a new vector layer. I'm going to draw a big box. Well, I'm going to draw boxes in front of every panel, and then draw a bigger box. And this will become my gutters, which will sit on top of everything, and it will make sure everything is level and even, and it should be good. So, just at the moment, looks like I'm just setting up some guides here to get the gutters in for each tier. So get that done. And now I'm just literally just making vector shapes. So these aren't pixel, these are vector shapes, like in Illustrator. Once I've made all those shapes, I'll make another box totally covering them in a different colour. I'll set it to red or something, and then I'll send that to back. Then I'll select each box in turn and do a remove intersection, which essentially stamps those boxes out, and I can then give it a colour and an ink line, probably about 4 or 6 pixels should do it, and I'll tweak it a little bit, but I mean this is pretty much there now. There's my page done. We need to put some text on there, and that'll be another video. But thanks for watching. I think that'll do for now. Alright, see ya. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed and rock the bell for notifications. Okay, bye bye now.